Okay, hi, my name is Elizabeth, and this is my first video. I'm not really sure how to do this without coming off as nervous or like I don't know what I'm doing, because I obviously don't, but I just kind of wanted to start posting videos to kind of rant about my everyday life. There's certain aspects of my life that could not be there. I guess kind of like a diary, I don't know. But, am I covering the microphone? I probably am. Oh well. And then my finger's covering there we go. So, I just got off work. I am going to pick up my boyfriend. He's going to help me with my inspection tomorrow. But there's one thing... There's one thing in particular that I kind of want to talk about. I'm going to turn it up. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Yes, I'm in my car.
We'll find another.
There we go. Oh, I know those people. Okay, anyway. So there's one thing that kind of is on my mind a lot. Well, I shouldn't say this is like the point of my concerns at like all the time. When I was younger, I used to love to write. Writing was like one of my passions. I wanted to go to school to become like this great author. I wanted to sell books. My favorite author by far is James Patterson. He is like my idol when it comes to writing, because this guy can literally like push out like 6 different books in a year. Like, that's hard. It's hard to like push out one book in 1 year for any other author, but this guy like can push out like multiple ones, and it's ridiculous to me. It's just so cool how he can do that, and it was one of my biggest dreams to be able to do that. Now, of course, as I grew older, I felt myself at how unrealistic that was, but it's not unrealistic. It's something that you can do if you put your mind to it, and if you put your heart and soul into it in all of your spare time. I still like to write. It is one of my biggest passions. I was told from a young age that I had some sort of way of being able to put words together to just make them sound right and make them sound like they're supposed to be there. And a lot of people liked my writing style, and I got compliments a lot when I was younger. As I grew older, life got in the way, and as all aspiring writers and amateur authors know, there's this mental disease called writer's block. And I'm currently in a writer's block right now. I have been for quite some time. Now, there are points where I might have a break in it for like maybe a day or two, and I might write something that sounds really, really good. But then after I get to a certain point, I'm just like, what would sound good here? Why don't I know what to put down? And it's honestly so annoying to me, because I'm just like, I know I can do it. I know I can write this, but my brain it's sitting on pause right now. So I'm going to just go over my frustrations with that mainly. With writer's block, it's more so like your brain just doesn't know how to come up with the ideas or the creativity that it normally would. And for a lot of people, whenever they're stressed out or whenever they're, upset or depressed, they usually use that as energy to fuel that blockage, whether it be writer's block or like, the creativity aspect of drawing or anything like that. They usually use that to fuel themselves. But it's the opposite for me, because whenever I'm depressed or whenever I'm lazy and I don't want to do something, it totally disrupts everything. And I hate that about my personality. It's that like I get really lazy and I don't want to create all that creativity I could have in my brain. So that's one aspect that's annoying. Another aspect that's annoying is that I just I want to be able to write a book. I want to be able to come up with a beginning, middle, and end. I can always come up with a beginning, how it sounds really good. I can always come up with like a close to the ending scene, and like I visualize it in my head like it's a movie, and then I get stuck on the middle. I'm like, okay, so this happens in the beginning. Something has to happen in the middle, and this happens at the end. But what is that middle ground? What is that middle, like, I don't know, icing on the cake? I don't know. I just said icing, didn't I? Oh, that's weird. I don't usually say that. I don't know why I said that. But it's just annoying, and I don't like it. I mean, I know there's a lot of other writers out there, too, that go through the same stuff. And life gets in the way, and sometimes it's hard to be able to put yourself out there. But there are ways to get around it. One way that I want to try out in the future, whenever I have the money to travel, and that's one of the things I want to do, is I want to travel to different places, see new scenery from where I'm at right now, and just be able to sightsee. I want to see, like, I want to go to Tokyo. I want to go to, like, Rio de Janeiro. I want to go to all these exotic places. And of course, there's other places that aren't so exotic, but it would still be cool to visit because all these places have different things to offer. And sometimes seeing different scenery and having that new found imagery in your mind kind of can jumpstart something, and it can make you finally be able to get out of that blockage and get away from that bondage that your brain has on you. Other things to do too is that I noticed help really well, actually. If you are suffering through writer's block or a creativity block, and like you want to start a really big project, but you don't know where to start, the best thing to do is to like start writing short stories, or like if you're an artist, start like sketching like little things that make you happy, or that you know you can confidently draw. And what I do is I write little portions, and then I start getting going on what I want for my big project. So those are a few tips, and those are my frustrations. This is my first video on YouTube, just kind of talking and ranting. I don't know how often I'll be doing this because I don't know if this will take off, but I just thought that maybe if I could put this out there, people can relate to it. And I really do hope, you know, whoever does watch it does like it. It's just one of those things that, like, you know, whether it be something big or it be something small, it's like kind of my own virtual diary or like weekly thing or whatever. I might even put one out once a day because I'm just doing this from my iPhone right now. I don't have a good camera setup or anything like that. And I didn't mean to make this video that long. That's all I have for right now. I actually gotta go. See ya.